Welcome back to America Right Now, live from Senator Joni Ernst's Roast and Ride here in Des Moines, Iowa. The crowd is going to be piling in here in just a little bit. We've got hundreds of bikers on the way. Major GOP presidential candidates are going to be speaking and pressing the flesh, which is what you do in Iowa if you want to win the state. And of course, there's going to be lots and lots of barbecue. Joining me now, another GOP contender, somebody who's right in the thick of it, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Governor, thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. You announced early. You've kind of gotten the ire of former President Trump. He calls you Ada. He says, you know, I don't think anybody knows who he is. Why would he even run? Well, tell us why you're running.
Well, first of all, I think it's a compliment that he actually tries to give me a nickname. It shows a seriousness in our campaign. And so hats off to former President Trump on that. But whenever you look at what we're doing in Iowa, this is a great opportunity for me to introduce myself on a large scale to Iowans. I've been here many times, and this is a state where they look you in the eye, they test your mettle, they see what you're about, and make a decision. So we're here, and I think my experience matches what we need in America, whether you're looking at my experience as heading up border security, whether head of the DEA, addressing the fentanyl crisis. As governor, I've balanced the budget for 8 years in Arkansas. We need to reduce spending in Washington. And so I want to present my case to Iowa and to the nation.
Governor, 11 governors now have announced that they are sending National Guard troops to the southern border. And folks are starting to get really tough about engaging the United States military and trying to do something about the border crisis and the cartels. Do you support that, and what more needs to happen?
Well, first of all, as governor, I did send our National Guard troops to the border as well to support the effort last year in Texas and Arizona. And so what we need to do now is, first of all, put more resources there. We need to continue to build the infrastructure, and then we need to change our asylum policies, and we've got to go after the cartels in Mexico. We do this first by using economic pressure on Mexico to make sure that they're cooperating with us and targeting them. Right now, they've given them a green light. While I was head of the DEA, I worked with Mexico government closely, and we took down the Tijuana cartel at the time. And so there's things specifically needs to be done. The military intelligence is important, but we need to change the policies of this administration to make sure that can be a secure border.
Follow up to you on that. Do you believe that given the power of the cartels, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that the cartels control huge swaths of territory now in Mexico. Do you believe that negotiating with Mexico is realistic at this point?
Well, I wouldn't call it negotiating. I think we need to have their support. Right now, American businesses are locating in a lot of manufacturing that goes into Mexico. That can be discouraged, that investment in Mexico, if they do not support the rule of law. So it's to their benefit to have a stronger rule of law in Mexico, and we've got to build that because the economic exchange is important for America as it is to them. But we also, we have to, they're not right now, President Obrador is not cooperating with our efforts against the cartels. That has to change.
One last question for you. Yesterday, the Republican National Committee released their debate requirements. You put out a statement saying you weren't exactly happy with those. Explain to us why.
Well, first of all, 40,000 donors puts an emphasis on spending money to build online contributions. It penalizes a small state. We have 3,000 donors when I ran for governor of Arkansas. So we got to expand that. We will. But it's an artificial ingredient that is a burden on candidates that want to get on the debate stage. And then secondly, I'm not a fan of party loyalty oaths. I have a little bit more independence in my mind. I've always supported the nominee, but I don't like signing oaths for that purpose. But we're going to be on the debate stage. We're going to do what we need to do to get there.
So you and Donald Trump actually agree on that, because he has a problem with the loyalty oath, portion of the Republican National Committee's, rules as well.
I take that at his word, and I don't know whether Donald Trump's going to participate in the debate or not. I think he will in first or second one, because The voters expect that, and you have to be on the debate stage. And so we're going to do what's needed to be on the debate stage. It's important for everybody to hear the voices and the options that are out there. We want to make our case. But, you know, as a party, let's minimize the burden on the candidates. Let's open it up. And I think that's what the people of Iowa want.
All right. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it. Go have some barbecue.
All right. Thank you.